Amen, and thank you, Gail. Well, it is now time for our message. You have a treat today. We have with us Keith Whiteside, and Keith is the, as Tammy mentioned before, the Navy Veteran First Class Petty Officer. I love that. That's some title, huh? And as Stephen had introduced him as a man of God and a really decent person. And it is our delight to have you, and we thank you so much for spending time with us, for sharing the conditions and what is happening with our veterans today, as we always try to be relevant and current, and to discover new ways that we can be of God's service. So it is now my honor to introduce to you Keith Whiteside.
Well, good morning, Rutherford.
Good morning.
I have no talk prepared because I just wanted to speak organically to the feeling in the room. And it's a wonderful feeling in this room, really. It's very inclusive, it's a very safe space. So I'll just give you a veteran story, and it'll be my story, my veteran story. So I was born in New York, not that you'd be able to tell by my accent. And we moved to New Jersey when I was about 10. I went through 8 years of Catholic school and 4 years of Catholic high school, so I'm a recovering Catholic. And I always felt that organized religion was, organized. Sometimes it's good to get that structure, and every once in a while when I feel like I'm away, and I can't kind of reel myself back in, I will attend a Catholic Mass and go through all the ritual, just to find my way back again. But I was a New York City police officer. I spent 17 years there, got hurt, and retired early. During that time, I was also in the Navy. I was in the Navy Reserve and got activated for 3 tours into Iraq, which left me with something I, will never leave behind, and that's post-traumatic stress disorder. And that's something I battle with every day. And I take medication for that as well. And since I was talking to Carol, and this is a, the church is doing mental health awareness, this month. And I think that's a wonderful mission, because a lot of times, when I was saying to Carol, a lot of times you don't really know when someone is suffering, because especially in, jobs like in the military, and so many of us are just accustomed to compartmentalizing everything. We don't let you know what's going on. And, it's difficult. It can be difficult. And I am irritated all the time. And because of that, I have to take medication that reduces that anxiety. The bad thing is that, I don't really feel as happy as I could. Or as sad, or as irritated. That's the down part. Because a lot of my emotions are not, felt as they would have been at some time. So after leaving the police department, I went and got a master's degree, and I went into emergency management, and now I work for FEMA for a while, and now I work for Veterans Affairs. So I'm an emergency manager there, and that is, it's rewarding, and I'll be leaving again on Tuesday to go down to Asheville, North Carolina, but we do get moved around a lot, depending on different disasters and everything, to wherever veterans are. But like the commander was saying, not just the United States veterans homes that are here, which we have 2, New Jersey, the state, runs veterans homes as well, and there are 3 there. So there are so many more benefits and things that veterans can get now that veterans of my war are afforded, and so many of our brothers and sisters from Vietnam were not. Finally now, Veterans Affairs and veterans organizations are really recognizing them, and that's a wonderful thing.
Amen.
So being a recovering Catholic, we were taught a lot of things to, a lot of Latin and everything, and I was driving in, and I realized, the Latin word for God is Deus, and that's also the root for deity. And isn't it fitting that deity begins with DEI? Everything should begin with DEI, am I correct? If you think about it, diversity, equity, inclusion, everything should. So I think if we keep that in our hearts, we'll all be better for it. And that's about all I have.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.